It was supposed to be the greatest showcase in WNBA history, a record-breaking event that would finally prove to the world that the league was bigger than any single star. But instead, it quickly unraveled into a public relations nightmare nobody saw coming. With Caitlin Clark sidelined by a shocking injury, ticket prices plummeted, tensions skyrocketed, and what should have been a triumphant weekend descended into controversy and chaos. What exactly went wrong? How did an event set up to propel the league to new heights end up alienating the very fans it desperately needed? Buckle up, because the real story behind this all-star disaster goes deeper than anyone realized. Heading into the weekend, expectations for the WNBA All-Star event had never been higher. Just a year ago, the league enjoyed its greatest moment yet, attracting an astonishing 3.4 million viewers, thanks almost entirely to one player, Caitlin Clark. Her electrifying debut transformed a standard all-star game into a cultural phenomenon, making headlines and setting viewership records. This year was supposed to be even bigger. With Caitlin chosen as captain, the event was slated in her hometown of Indianapolis, creating a perfect storm of hype. Fans anticipated sold-out arenas, viral highlight reels, and a celebration showcasing just how far the WNBA had come. The stage was set to prove the league had finally arrived, ready to stand shoulder to shoulder with the biggest names in sports. But just when everything seemed perfectly aligned, an unexpected twist changed the game completely. Just days before the big weekend, the WNBA was rocked by news nobody wanted to hear. Caitlin Clark had suffered a sudden injury, a pulled groin in the final minute of a key matchup against the Connecticut Sun. Fans who had eagerly paid premium prices suddenly found themselves holding tickets to an event missing its main attraction. Almost immediately, ticket prices plunged nearly 50%, with seats dropping from around $120 down to just over $60. It wasn't just ticket sales. The entire weekend's buzz seemed to vanish in an instant. Social media erupted with disappointed fans openly expressing their regret for spending money on a Caitlin-less event. Even marquee matchups like the Fever vs. Liberty saw a sharp decline in interest. It was a brutal wake-up call, proving without a doubt just how essential Caitlin Clark had become to the league's financial success and popularity. And this wasn't just about one injured player. It was a stark reminder that, despite claims otherwise, the WNBA's surge in popularity was dangerously reliant on the star power of Caitlin Clark alone, a reality the players themselves were clearly unprepared to face. Instead of rallying around this crisis and reassuring disappointed fans, the players decided to make a different kind of statement, one that would quickly backfire. During media events leading up to the All-Star game, stars like Angel Reese openly discussed the stalled collective bargaining agreement negotiations, floating the idea of a potential strike. Angel didn't mince words, declaring boldly that players were prepared to hold out for the money they felt was owed to them. But rather than winning sympathy, these comments ignited backlash online. Fans quickly pointed out the harsh truth. The WNBA had never turned a profit in its history, losing around $40 million just last season alone. As the players' statements made waves, many fans felt alienated by the sudden confrontational stance, especially since the league's newfound relevance hinged almost entirely on one absent star, Caitlin Clark. It was a bad look that soured what should have been a celebratory atmosphere. Just when it seemed things couldn't get worse, the players doubled down. During warm-ups, they stepped onto the court wearing matching shirts emblazoned with a blunt message, "Pay us what you owe us." Intended as a powerful statement, this stunt instead became an immediate PR disaster. Social media exploded, but not in support. Fans roasted the players for what many saw as entitlement, especially given the league's financial history. Memes flooded timelines, sarcastically pointing out that Caitlin Clark was the only one truly deserving of any raise. The stunt drew massive attention, but overwhelmingly negative, reinforcing fans' growing irritation with a group that seemed out of touch with reality. As if the controversies weren't enough, the actual All-Star game only made things worse. From the opening minutes, fans noticed something was off. Instead of high-energy competition, viewers were subjected to lackluster effort, sluggish defense, and aimless jogging up and down the court. Star players like reigning MVP A'ja Wilson scored just 4 points, clearly treating the event like a casual practice session. Frustrated fans began openly complaining on social media. Many in the arena didn't even wait for the final buzzer. Hundreds left at halftime, openly showing their disappointment. What was meant to showcase the league's talent instead felt like a slap in the face to everyone who had invested time, money, and hope in the event. Just when the league desperately needed to put the drama behind them, Kelsey Plum stepped to the podium post-game and made things worse. With cameras rolling, Plum called out Caitlin Clark's teammates, accusing them of skipping the meeting about the controversial "Pay Us" shirts. While she tried to frame it lightly, fans saw right through the thinly veiled jab. The reaction was swift and severe. Fans blasted Plum online, labeling her comments as petty jealousy aimed squarely at Clark's overwhelming popularity. Even teammates appeared uncomfortable, sensing the damage done by publicly airing internal disagreements. Plum's comment only deepened the divide between casual viewers and the WNBA, pushing new fans further away. Behind all the controversy, one thing became painfully clear: the league had fundamentally misunderstood its new audience. These weren't traditional WNBA fans. These were fans drawn specifically by Caitlin Clark's star power and magnetic personality. But instead of embracing them, players appeared resentful of Clark's massive popularity. Every controversial comment, every public stunt seemed to target these new fans directly. Rather than feeling welcomed, this huge wave of potential long-term supporters felt alienated, disrespected, and ultimately turned off. Instead of winning these fans over, the players inadvertently convinced them that supporting the WNBA beyond Caitlin Clark wasn't worth their time or money. As the weekend wrapped up, the players' actions cast a long shadow over their future demands. They had entered All-Star Weekend planning to leverage their moment in the spotlight to demand higher salaries. Instead, they exposed just how vulnerable the league truly was without Caitlin Clark. Negotiations moving forward are now certain to be tougher. Owners and executives witnessed firsthand what happened when their biggest draw was removed. Rather than proving their worth, the players accidentally highlighted their own replaceability in the eyes of casual fans. This costly miscalculation may have set the league back significantly, both financially and culturally. In the end, what could have been the WNBA's shining moment instead became an embarrassing cautionary tale. The players and the league had a golden opportunity to ride the wave created by Caitlin Clark's unprecedented popularity, but they squandered it through missteps, misplaced pride, and unnecessary controversy. Rather than drawing in new supporters, they risked permanently driving them away. If the WNBA hopes to thrive, it must quickly learn a hard lesson from this disastrous weekend. Star power matters, respect matters, and fans ultimately will always have the final say.